Running into a burning building to save someone, that's courageous. Jumping into a lake to save a drowning person, that's courageous. I think we'd all agree on that. But what if I said just hiding from people was courageous? What if I said just walking circles around a city was courageous? Well, you may say it depends on the city. But sometimes being strong and courageous isn't as obvious as running into a burning building or jumping into a lake to save someone. Throughout the book of Joshua, it talks about people being strong and courageous by being smart, by being brave, and by making the right choices. In Joshua chapter 2, Joshua sent out 2 men to the land of Jericho to secretly spy and gather information about the land. When the king of Jericho found out, he was not happy. The spies came to the house of Rahab. The king sent a message to Rahab to bring out the men and turn them over. But instead of doing that, he was clever and smart. You see, she knew that God was not on the king's side. God was on Joshua's side. She hid the men from the king so they would be safe. What would have happened if they had all been caught? We know what would have happened, and so did Rahab. But she decided to be brave and make the right decision to help out the men. She was being smart and brave. She was being strong and courageous. Most of the time, when people think of being strong and courageous, they think of the kind of courage that you see in the movies. The kind where people do run into a burning building. The kind when you have to be very strong and very physical. God gave Joshua a very hard job. The Bible tells us that Joshua conquered at least 31 cities. He didn't do that by going in and asking the kings very politely, excuse me, may I have your land, please, sir? Joshua and his army had to take it by force. I can't imagine how much courage you'd have to go into actual battle, knowingly going to a situation where the outcome could be your death. Joshua and his army no doubt trained hard with swords and weapons and were very physically strong. In the book of Joshua, these battles are described using words like fight, destroyed, struck, burned, and ambush. These are not gentle words. Being strong and courageous can mean that sometimes you have to be physical and use force. Hopefully that's not the case very often, but I would say that most of the time when we have to use courage, it's probably in a situation we aren't exactly comfortable in. Have you ever had to do something you just did not want to do? If you remember back in the book of Exodus, when God told Moses he was going to have to lead his people out, Moses didn't only want to do it. Sometimes leading's uncomfortable. But some people love to lead. You know the ones like to boss you around but still call it leading? But most of your good leaders are good at it because they are strong and courageous. They know how to encourage and they are confident. It might still be uncomfortable for them. Maybe they don't love the attention or enjoy the responsibility. But good leaders know what they need to do. God needed Joshua to be a leader, to carry out his commands, and to encourage the people. God knew Joshua needed some encouragement too. In the book of Joshua, Moses had died, and the Lord spoke to Joshua and said, "Arise and go, you and all this people, to the land which I'm giving to them. As I was with Moses, so I'll be with you. I will not leave you nor forsake you. Be strong and of good courage. For to this people you shall divide the land which I swore to their fathers. Only be strong and very courageous. This book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate in it day and night, and you will do according to all that is written, for then you have good success. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." If you play sports or watch sports, you probably heard a coach trying to pump up his team. I want to take a short moment and share with you the greatest halftime speech you'll ever hear. And if you listen real close, I think you'll see that sounds very similar. Alright, listen up. Our main man is down. We're not going to let that stop us. Right now, I need you to step up. We will accomplish all you set out to do. It is up to you. Don't feel like you're alone. Only be strong and very courageous. I've taught you everything you need to know, and you've practiced well. Now get up and go. I'll be right here to coach you the whole time. You will win. You will not be afraid, for your coach is with you wherever you go. That's what the Lord told Joshua, wasn't it? Almost exactly. Knowing God is on our side is what gives us courage. Whatever situation we may be in, that requires us to be brave and courageous. Whether it's the kind with the physical strength, the smart kind, or the uncomfortable kind, just remember how over and over God motivates and reminds us that He will be with us and we will win. Hold that thought close and go and be strong and courageous. Thank you.